From the historic Eel Tank in Eminence, Indiana, Eminence High School, we welcome you to high school basketball. It's a doubleheader tonight. Girls and boys doubleheader. Ladies up first. I'm Mark Janes. Welcome inside this historic venue. The Monrovia Bulldogs looking for their first win of the season, taking on the 2-3 Eels of Eminence, playing the host. It is the battle for the powder keg. The history of this traveling trophy, not nearly as lengthy for the ladies. The boys, that's a far different story, and we'll talk more about that as this evening progresses. But, boy, I'll tell you, if you're a fan of Indiana high school basketball, Lance Scheib, there's simply no better place to be as we head to the holiday weekend.
One of the favorite things I have all year is coming here and doing a game here at Eminence. It's just a great special venue. It's got a great feel to it. It's great for the fans. They're on top of you as a player. What a wonderful, wonderful setting. Thank you so much for Shane Davis and all that he did tonight.
Oh, boy, they rolled out the welcome mat. That is for darn sure. And the Eminence Eels with a record of 2-3. We mentioned the Bulldogs at 0-4. Kevin Rounds and company still looking for their first win.
They're both looking for consistency tonight. So I'm anxious to see early in the season, talking to Kevin before the game. They're just kind of, they haven't found that ability yet to play together as one unit. Looking forward to seeing that tonight.
Kevin Casaro, on the other hand, looking to get to 3-3 going into the holiday.
Looking for their first winning season in the last 11 years. Looking for the first win tonight over Monrovia since 2006. Should be an exciting game.
Yeah, we'll tell you about the starting lineups, introduce you to the principals tonight, and maybe give you a chance to preview a little bit about what we expect from the boys contest. It is the season opener for both. We'll do all of that and more when we come back. It's a doubleheader here on ISC Sports. It's the Eminence Eels with a record of 2-3 and the Monrovia Bulldogs with a record of 0-4. We'll have, again, starting lineups and first quarter action when we come back to the Eel Tank at Eminence.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
You have enough on your plate. Let McAllister Rentals' wide selection of equipment help. With an extensive equipment selection and experienced people, McAllister Rentals in the Cat Rental Store is your one-stop shop for all your equipment needs. You know we can help you with the big jobs, from moving dirt to getting you in the air. But did you also know that we can handle your smaller equipment needs with equipment like generators and water pumps? McAllister Rentals has made its mark with locations throughout Indiana and now Michigan. We pride ourselves on our reliable equipment, fast service, and knowledgeable people. Visit us online today or give us a call. McAllister Rentals, helping build Indiana since 1945.
The best video on the internet is not the guy of the last week or so. It's the surfing bulldog.
Expecto Patronum, like, Harry Potter. Everybody knows what I'm talking about at home.
I'm not
confused.
12.
You are one of the most disgusting people I've ever met.
You asked. You open up the door. Squeaky. Colts quarterback room is kind of like picking your favorite Ernest movie. They're all pretty bad. You have
Did you actually see any of those?
You have to go. I really was a big Ernest. Yeah.
No way.
Ernest fan. Ernest Goes to Camp was my favorite.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
Nice crowd filing in, as is often the case here. You'll see as the evening progresses that more and more people show up. This is one of those traditionally that the kids come back from college for the first time for the holidays, and I can't count the times I've been in this gym over the years, Coach. For volleyball, certainly for basketball, I think I've been coming to this battle certainly for over 40 years.
Well, what you bring and what you're able to express to our audience is just invaluable, just because you understand it, one as a student, as an athlete here, as now a teacher, and now a broadcaster. It's just something that I know you've got a lot of pride in this area of our state, athletically and educationally as well.
I can tell you, a full disclosure here, and I think you folks know that this is one of those deals where you throw the records out the window. That's how much it means. Look at your starting lineups for the Eminence Eels: Dittamore, Sauceman, Myers, Hubbard, and Rumbaugh. And for the Bulldogs, Mary Cox. Watch her. She's a very hard worker. Kevin Round says he's waiting for Ashley Lewis to step up and take control. Emily Crouch and Harley Mobley, another couple of kids that you're simply not going to outwork. And now Coach Scheib has his keys to tonight's matchup.
I think the biggest thing I'm anxious to see tonight, both schools are looking for more consistency. If they can find that consistency, I think they'll be very happy. Another thing that both coaches kind of talked about, it was really interesting because they both kind of said the same thing. They're looking for that more rebounding on both ends of the floor, and then controlling tempo. That's going to be interesting to see which team is able to play at their pace tonight.
Well, Kevin Rounds made no mistake about it. He said, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint for us. And he said, no, we didn't plan on starting 0-4, but we played, some of the best teams on our schedule, most notably Triton Central. And he said, fact of the matter is we've got some girls playing in positions that are relatively new to them, and it's going to take some time, and we're all going to have to establish a comfort level. And he hopes that this is the night where it all comes together. Tap is up, and it is controlled by Eminence. And quickly a turnover. Dittamore took the opening tap and tossed it away down in the corner. Bulldogs in transition. Mobley to Swafford flashing through. Nice look, weak side. And the first two on the board goes to the Bulldogs. Emily Crouch.
Great job of attacking that zone defense and then finding Emily on the lower block and able to knock it down. Great start for the Bulldogs. Another turnover.
Turnover to the Eels. Here's Lewis. Looking ahead, Mary Cox with the running left-hander up and in. Good start for the Bulldogs. Mary Cox with two.
Kevin Rounds couldn't have asked for a better start for his Bulldogs here. Again, they played some great competition. Looking for them to gel tonight, but off to a quick start.
How does Eminence attack this Bulldog zone?
They've got to get the Bulldog zone to move. The skip passes, they've got to be able to move that zone and don't be stagnant. Move pass, cut away, and look for that diagonal skip pass.
Danica Myers will go to the free throw line. She's a 6'6" sophomore. Looks like she was not in the active shooting, so it'll be out of bounds to the Eminence Eels.
Looks like that Monrovia is going man out of bounds there. So as Kevin Casaro needs to make sure his girls understand what they're getting themselves into. I think he changed the play now, realizing that Monrovia is going to be a man-to-man.
Myers on the inbounds, saves it to Dittamore from 17. Nice looking jump shot.
Nice job by the sophomore there, Bella Dittamore there, of just being under control, getting her feet set, knocking it down.
Nice job working the perimeter. Lewis got that one to go deep in the well. Karen belongs to the Eminence Eels. Turnover.
Number 3 for the Eels. Kevin Casaro cannot be happy about that.
Three-pointer, no good. Weak side rebound, controlled. 17-footer, Harley Mobley. Might have rusted a little bit. Swafford with good position, but good hustle underneath. Tie up for the loose ball, and we've got a foul going to be charged on the Bulldogs. Looks like Allie Swafford is going to pick up that personal.
Second foul on the Bulldogs. As a coach, you're okay with that because you're hustling. You're trying to grab that rebound. And Kevin Rounds likes his girls, likes how they are, just as young ladies, they represent themselves very, very well. Looking for them now to do it on the court.
Myers with the drive, throws it up, got it to fall. Be careful if her dad follows you out of here. Her dad's the Morgan County Sheriff, Rich Myers.
Well, great job by Danica there of taking advantage of a clear out and knocking it down.
He's a racing fan, which explains the name Danica, I think, for those of you wondering.
Well, good job here. Looks like Eminence doing a nice job of playing that zone defense. Just like Eminence, you got to see Monrovia needs to move. They've got the ball can't be stagnant. You've got to pass and cut through and do some kind of overload and then look for that skip pass.
You know, you can see glimpses of it the last couple of trips down the floor. Coach Round says the thing they struggle with is missing shots and having short-term memory. I mean, they miss shots and they're a little reluctant to put a follow-up shot up, and then they start aiming the basketball instead of just playing.
And that's something that's pretty consistent with young kids and really girls and players that are in different spots this year. And that's something that, you know, there's got to be a comfort level for them and for him moving forward.
Bulldogs getting aggressive now defensively, and Ashley Lewis picks up the third team foul. That's her first. Side out in front of the Bulldog bench.
Anytime you reach and you're slapping down, you got a chance at that foul. Just pop the ball up. Next time you got a better chance.
Dittamore's not shy. There's no doubt about it. Missed badly on that one, but that'll draw the defense out a little bit. Emily Crouch not shy either. That one a little strong. Mary Cox in pretty good position. Tries to get some help from Swafford, but Myers is able to clear it away, but gets knocked away from behind. Battle for the loose ball. Finally controlled by the Eels. Myers throws it up in traffic, got it to fall. Danica Myers has 4 points now. And the 2-point lead for the Eels under 5 minutes to go in the quarter.
Great job by Myers of realizing that Monrovia was playing man and she kind of had lost her man early, able to take it to the rim and get her 4th point.
Swafford looks for someone flashing through, cross courts it to Mary Cox. Nice 16-footer for Mary Cox. She has 4. Timeout on the floor taken by Kevin Rounds. So the 2-pointer ties it at 6, 4:36 remaining in period number 1, and still a bit of a feeling out process.
It is, and both of these teams, so early in the season, they are trying to feel each other more than, you know, really what type of style do they want to play? Are they going to try at what type of tempo? And I think this is early on for both teams. This is a really important game trying to find their own identity.
First look at Kevin Cosaro, 19-47 in 4 years here at Eminence. He's 22-67 overall. He spent 1 year as the head coach at North Putnam, and if you go back and look at what he's been able to accomplish here, Coach, each and every year he's been able to improve his win total.
Well, they're trying to have that first winning season in 11 years. Kevin feels like he's doing it the right way, has a lot of multi-sport ladies playing for him, likes their chemistry, and hopes that he can turn the corner.
To that point, in the 2010-2011 season, they were 11-8 under Dave Dorset. That's their last winning season. Dave, of course, now the girls' head basketball coach at Martinsville High School.
This is, this is a great farming community, one that people take a lot of pride in how they do things academically and athletically, and I really I like what I've seen early on, really, out of both teams.
Sophia Sawson in the inbound spoke to her dad, Richard, played here, was a standout basketball player at Eminence once upon a time. And that's what you'll see in a community of this size. I mean, you're going to see those second, sometimes third, and as you'll hear later on, fourth-generation players participating in this contest year in and year out.
Well, that's what makes this place so special and this game so special, because you're going to have family that have been here for generations, and it's just a big deal.
Flower Vare checked in during the stoppage and play and quickly gets into the scoring act with her first 2. She is one that Kevin Rounds looks upon to give them a boost off the bench, no doubt about it.
Well, Flower, just a junior, coming in, averaging just about 3 points a game, so getting production out of her early would be huge.
Natalie Hubbard wedges one in the rim, and that'll give the ball to Monrovia. Bulldogs with a 2-point lead at the 4:05 mark of quarter number 1. Into the ball game, Jocelyn Young. 5'10 sophomore for Kevin Rounds of the Bulldogs. Allie Swafford will have a seat.
Little 2-1-2 or 2-2-3 zone. Look for Eminence to come and trap the ball as well, cause their first turnover there.
Emily Crouch lost the basketball and was a little overly assertive in the attempt to get it back and picked up the team's 4th personal foul.
Can't reach. One of the hardest things to do is you have to just play defense with your feet, not your hands.
Well, one of the things that Kevin Rounds expressed to me was concern over their lack of aggressiveness, and I think that message was received in practice over the past couple of days. They're very aggressive defensively.
Well, Kevin's got to be thrilled right now. That's the 5th turnover they've caused early in this first quarter.
Battle for the loose ball off the missed shot by Ashley Lewis. And on the alternating possession, one of the worst rules in all of sports, it goes out of bounds to the Eminence Eels. That's my only commentary. I try to work that in at least one basketball game.
Well, here comes a little change of pace. It looks like a 1-3-1 zone. Catches Eminence off bounce and off guard. Like they got Mary Cox for her first foul.
First time Chris Rumbaugh has touched the ball for the Eminence Eels. That is team foul number 5 with just about 3.5 to go in the first quarter.
We talked about Kevin Rounds wanting to get his girls a little more aggressive. They certainly are. They just have got to play at a better pace with their feet and not pick up so many fouls.
Saucerman misfires, goes to Young. Young to Mary Cox. They swing it around. Ashley Lewis open for 15. No. Rebound controlled by the Eminence Eels. Myers in transition. Shovels it ahead to Saucerman. To Rumbaugh. Throws it over the rim into the hands of Ashley Lewis. 3-minute mark.
I like how Ashley Lewis plays. She's under control. She's got a great shot. She just needs to keep shooting.
Young grabs the misfire off the miss by Flower Vare, and the Eminence Eels have committed their first foul shortly after the conversation that head coach Kevin Rounds had with the official, I think, about the foul disparity.
Both coaches have to be happy early on in this game. I think they're both taking good shots. No one's, I think, put up a bad shot yet. They're playing within the system, and they just got to knock them down.
Ashley misfires on the 12-footer from the wing. Bumps Myers on the way to the bucket, no call. Good look underneath, threw it low. Tie up on the baseline, and it'll come back this way.
The 6th turnover then for the Eels. Kevin Casaro cannot be happy again with he loves the effort, but cannot, the execution right now is lacking.
Myers with 4, Mary Cox with 4, leading their respective ball clubs. Casaro being a bit more generous, or being a bit more stingy with playing time. Kevin Rounds going a bit deeper into his bench. Nice outlet pass to Bella Dittamore, but give a lot of credit to Flower Vare for the hustle play to knock it away and get it back into the hands of the Bulldogs.
That's why you keep playing. Even though it looked like Eminence might have an easy layup, Flower doesn't give up on the plays, able to deflect it off the Eminence player. And now that was a 7th turnover for the Eels already in this first quarter.
Avery Newland, the latest substitution for the Bulldogs. Fires and throws up an air ball. Sister Emery not available tonight. She, along with Grace Vaughn, are injured for Kevin Rounds, so his bench a bit depleted.
You talked about this earlier, Mark, and that is, Kevin Rounds is going a lot deeper in his bench right now than what Kevin Casaro is. So if you're Kevin Rounds, let's push the tempo a little bit. Let's see if we can get Eminence to run out of gas in the second quarter or second half.
Jalen Eisenhower, the first substitution of the ball game for the Eminence Eels. Mary Cox, Newland, swinging around to Vare. Nice flash through to Lewis, but the triple team.
Don't see that
has
call.
To get rid of the 3-second call.
Yes, yeah, that's. I did like the way that Monrovia was moving the basketball there. You don't want to keep it still against the zone. Great job of cutting and going to where they're not.
Good flash through. Shot put up too strong by Eisenhower. Rebound to Monrovia. Here comes Mary Cox in transition. Flower Vare, the 3. Bulldogs try to save it in bounds. Last touch by Monrovia. It goes back to Eminence. Kevin Rounds putting his hands out saying slow it down a little bit.
And again, the selection just might have been a little quick for Kevin Rounds there, and wants his offense to make this Eminence play defense a little bit and be a little more patient offensively.
15-footer on the baseline off the front of the iron, no good by Natalie Hubbard. They're not getting any second chance opportunities. I mean, Bulldogs doing a great job on the defensive glass.
Both teams have done a nice job of limiting the second chance opportunities. But again, a turnover there by the Bulldogs.
Hubbard with the drive. Last touch by the Bulldogs. Back the other way. I think one of the things when Kevin Rounds gets in the film room with Jocelyn Young, he's going to strongly encourage her to finish that. Go to the bucket. Try to get yourself to the free throw line. That's a couple of times now she's had a good look inside and been a little too unselfish, as they say.
Well, you've got to be able to understand where you are on the floor and realize that you're in a great position to score. And, again, you got to love the idea of they're being unselfish. But at some point, you got to just try to knock down a shot yourself.
Mary swings it to Harley Mobley, who checked in during the stoppage in play. 22 seconds remaining in the quarter. Looks like the Bulldogs content to play for one.
If you're Monrovia here, you got to, when you want that set to get going, you've got to do a better job of moving the basketball. Turn the ball over there.
Unforced error with 4 ticks left on the clock, giving Eminence one more shot to expand that 8-6 lead. Saucerman to inbound. Does so to Dittamore. Dittamore kicks it baseline, and they will not get a shot off. We have played 1 quarter of basketball. Game number 1 of 2 at the Eel Tank. Eminence leads Monrovia 8-6 here on ISC Sports.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Want lightning-fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash. Stream videos at blazing speeds. And game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
Mark Janes, Lance Scheib, along with those that continue to file in here, being entertained by the band at Eminence High School. Boy, their athletic director, what a job he did making us feel welcome. Well, we can't say that about a lot of places, right?
No, I tell you, I love what Shane has done here. He pulled out the red carpet and made sure every need that we needed, we got. So hats off to Eminence and what Shane has done.
Weak side rebound off the miss, controlled by Allie Swafford, who checked back in during the stoppage in play. Harley Mobley open for 3. Hustles, tries to save it in bounds and put a foot on the line. And in the scope of your offense, that's a good shot. And I think eventually that shot's going to start to fall for Harley. I really do.
You cannot score if you do not shoot.
That's right.
I know that sounds simple, but if you've got a shot in the flow of the offense, Kevin Rounds is not upset. He is yet to get excited about that. He's got to be really happy, that being the 9th turnover his Bulldogs have forced the Eels to commit.
Saucerman needed to be a bit more protective of the basketball. Bulldogs are getting opportunities against this zone. They've just not been able to hit.
And that's really been the story of the year. 23% from the three-point line, 26% from the two-point line, and that's just something you're not going to win in the 20s. And if you're Kevin, you just keep encouraging your girls to shoot the ball.
Avery Newland shuffled their feet, unforced error. We've been stuck on 8-6 for a while now in favor of the Eels. Dittamore. Nice cut through by Meyer, and she's fouled and will go to the line for 2 shots.
Great job of attacking that Bulldog defense by Meyer, and now you talked about it earlier, and that is, when in doubt, attack that rim and good things happen.
Travel softball player is Miss Myers. Has actually played for a team out of Monrovia, to give you an idea how closely intertwined these communities are. Losses this season so far to North Putnam, North Central of Farrisburg, and Purdue Poly Inglewood. Wins over Riverton Park and Clay City. Good on both free throws, Danica Myers. She now has 6 of her team's 8 points.
both teams early. I like the idea that Kevin Casaro is able to change up his defenses and cause a little confusion. That's a 6th turnover for the Bulldogs here tonight.
So all knotted up. Kevin Rounds asking for an explanation on the moving screen that was called against Emily Crouch. Meyer uses the elbow to buy her some room and throws it up a bit too short. And a foul going back the other way. Second team foul charged against the Eminence Eels. You can put that one on Jalen Eisenhower.
I like the way the Bulldogs are able to defensively make things difficult on the Eels. And I think it's something right now, if you're Kevin Rounds, you're happy about that. Now you got to find a way to start scoring the ball a little bit.
Ashley Lewis from 16. No. All white shirts underneath in transition. Danica Myers splits the defense, throws it up, and will go to the line.
Number one rule on defense, stop the basketball.
Right.
You don't stop the basketball, bad things happen. Great job by Myers of taking it all the way in until they did make her. Great job again, splitting the defense, causing the foul.
Yeah, you needed someone to step up around the elbow. You know, and good news for Eminence, they were the bonus the rest of the way.
And 7-2 on fouls right now, and Kevin Rounds talked about his girls being more aggressive. Well, they have been. The problem is they've been fouling a little bit too much, which now puts Eminence in the bonus the rest of the half.
6-minute mark, tied at 8. Lewis, Newland, Crouch for 3. Again, all white shirts underneath.
Nice job of rebounding by Hubbard, and really they've done a good job. Eminence has all game of rebounding on both ends.
The lane opens up for Meyer, and again she'll be rewarded with a trip to the free throw line.
I think that might be the third on Crouch, if that's who the foul's on.
So Emily Crouch picks up her third personal. That'll bring Jocelyn Young up off the bench. Mary Cox will return for the Bulldogs as well. So Emily will sit.
Danica's done a great job, 3 for 3 on from the free throw line.
Good on both free throws. And a timeout on the floor with the Eminence Eels in front, 10-8. Good look at Kevin Casaro. He said that while certainly he's aware of the fact that the history is not nearly as deep for the girls as it is the boys in terms of a traveling trophy, it's been important to his ball club. He said, he lives by the mindset that there's no more important game than the one you're playing that day. And that traveling trophy it does maybe ratchet up the intensity a little bit. Because as we mentioned, some of these girls probably, they play basketball together in the summertime, play travel softball together in the summertime, may even play volleyball together. So there's bragging rights there,
Well, the proximity of the schools lends itself to this. Also, this is a rivalry game. This is a big game for both schools, and one that Monrovia has had the upper hand a lot of times. But these Eminence Eels want to try to change that fortune tonight.
Switch the pivot foot at Mary Cox. It's been a while since Bulldogs have been on the board. They're lucky to only be down 2 at this point.
Yeah, 7th turnover for the Bulldogs. Now they're switching back to that 1-3-3-1 trapping zone, and they got another turnover. Oh, nope, it didn't.
And again, you can just see the inexperience, which leads to the lack of confidence. And as time goes by, hopefully that goes away a bit. I mean, she'll get to the point where she'll grab that basketball and just immediately head to the bucket and hopefully reward herself with a trip to the free throw line.
Well, Jocelyn Young, as we talked about off the air, is just a really good dual sport athlete, great track hurdler. and just really a phenomenal athlete. And so, but right now she just she, like her teammates, they just need confidence, and I think that's something. But when you win, you gain confidence. When you have successful plays, you gain confidence. And so right now, really both sides are looking for that.
I think Meyer right now is the calmest, I think most experienced player on the floor for both teams. She knows what she wants to do. She does it. She takes the opportunities that the defense affords her. And, boy, she's an awfully nice player for Kevin Casaro.
Well, and Danica, just a sophomore.
Right.
That's what I'm impressed with. When you talk about her poise, you talk about her confidence, she looks very under control. The stage is not too big for her, and she's playing really well.
Harley, lob into Lewis. That's a strong move. That's all right. She's going to finish that one of these days, but that's a move she's got to continue to try to make. Lots of bodies on the floor. Jump ball, alternating possession. Held ball, we should say. Goes back to Eminence. That's a good, strong move by Ashley Lewis. That's one of the best offensive sets they've had in a while. And, you keep doing that, and eventually good things are going to happen to you.
Yes, they will. And now you're attacking this 1-3-3-1. You've got to look diagonal. Diagonal is always open, and that's a place where you want to go after it.
Good ball rotation, and again, Monrovia continues to be stingy on the defensive glass. Let's see if Ashley Lewis is going to try to create the open floor. Gives it up to Mary Cox. Flower there. She flashes through, throws it up and in. That's a good offensive set. Ashley Lewis on the board with her first two. Ties it at 10.
And Ashley has had some good looks all game long, and she just finally knocked one down. And this 1-3-1 really has been a problem for Eminence so far. They've turned the ball over a couple times. That's their 12th turnover of the game. And they really just need great job here by Ashley Lewis of attacking the middle of the court and getting the pass and knocking it down.
Good look by Mary Cox, deep in the well, no. And a foul is going to be charged on Jocelyn Young. Meyer with a box out.
Nice job by Meyer there of keeping Jocelyn Young off the board. Meyer gives up a couple inches to Young, and Young just went over the back for the foul. We thought this might be a defensive game, and we've got that as a 10-10 score halfway through the second quarter.
A rare miss at the free throw line. Rebound is it didn't touch any iron, so it gives the ball back to Monrovia. Danica Meyer's cousin Grant Shoup played here. 4-year starter for the Eminence Eels. Played for his dad Todd, who played here. Nice thread the needle pass to Jocelyn Young. Threw it up a little too short. Gets her own rebound back. Can't get it to fall. Ashley can't get the rebound to go. A lot of contact and finally a whistle.
A lot of reaching, and looks like Flower picked up her foul there. But again, they're being aggressive. If I am Kevin Rounds, I'm happy. Really, both coaches have to be happy. The girls are competing. They're not knocking down shots, but they're competing.
But we see Monrovia missing shots that I think eventually are going to fall for them.
Yes.
As they gain more confidence, they gain a little bit of strength, a little bit of stamina. I think, they're good looks. It's not like they're throwing up air balls from 15 feet.
And that's the frustrating part, really for both Kevins in this game. But Kevin Rounds, they're getting shots at point-blank range, and eventually those shots are going to fall.
1 point lead for the Eels now, 11-10, as we approach the 3-minute mark of the half. Harley Mobley for three. She's capable of hitting that shot. Let's see if that gets her on track.
Big time shot there by Harley. Happy to see her now put the Bulldogs up 2. Nice defensive stand on the other end for the Bulldogs.
In rhythm, in rotation. Nice shot.
They've gotten good shots, and that's the thing. If you're Kevin Rounds, you got to just keep the girls firing because, again, they're going to start falling.
Oh, and one. How about that? Natalie Hubbard gets the bounce pass, the fadeaway, gets bumped, and one.
Great job of using her body against Ashley Lewis, who picks up her second foul and is able to have the and one here. Nice job.
Boy, if you're Kevin Rounds, you can ill afford to have Ashley Lewis pick up another foul. 30-second timeout taken by the Eminence Eels. With Endeavor's ridiculously fast internet speeds, it's now easier for you to watch, work, study, and play all at the same time. Sign up today at join.weendeavor.com. Good look at Kevin Rounds. Kevin once upon a time was an assistant for my dear friend Matt English. Happy to hear that Greenfield Central, his alma mater in Beech Grove, created the Matt English Traveling Trophy. Beech Grove won that with Coach Mike Renfro. Kevin's been at Brownsburg, spent some time at Franklin, been at Monrovia for a few years now.
Like what Kevin is doing here at Monrovia, and just feel like that, again, the program's headed in a direction that he likes. And if I am Eminence, you talked about Kevin Casaro each year having more wins. He's building it the right way.
Allie Swafford wanted to find Lewis. The ball was tied up. It'll go out of bounds to Monrovia. Ashley Lewis will inbound it just below us. We're on the stage. Coach Scheib will be singing show tunes in between games tonight.
Great job by the Eels defensively by causing the tie-up the last possession here. The ball did stay here with Monrovia.
Allie's older sister, Michaela Swafford. That ball was kicked, no call. Now finally. But Allie's older sister, Michaela, graduated a couple of years ago, 1,000-point scorer. And that shot where Allie was open on the wing, I guarantee you Michaela would have taken it. Allie's a different player, a little closer to the bucket, good defender, good rebound for him. Again, it's not a bad shot in the scheme of the offense, and as you get stronger and you gain confidence, those are the kind of shots that will eventually fall for you.
Well, Jocelyn Young does a nice job of splitting the defense, just not able to knock down the shot. But again, great drive into the paint, just couldn't knock it down.
And Kevin Rounds not particularly pleased with the offensive set, so he will take a quick 30-second timeout. Losses out of the gate to one of the top-rated homeschool teams in the country, Indianapolis homeschool, 72-31. Had a game against Western Boone that was postponed because of their volleyball success. They lost 64-26 to Indian Creek, 59-12 to Triton Central, and then 54-30 last Saturday to Indianapolis Attucks. Their conference schedule opens up next Tuesday when they roll out the welcome mat for Cardinal Ritter. That's what Monrovia has done and what they will do in the not-too-distant future.
Just kind of a game like we thought it would be, and that is a lot of good defenses. Both teams are getting good quality shots, but not a lot of them are going down.
Flower Bear, top of the key, too strong. Long ball chased down in the corner, stolen away by Ashley Lewis into the hands of Mary Cox. Ashley gets it back, fires up a three, missed it. Allie Swafford tracks down the weak side rebound. Lewis puts it on the floor. Bear, Mary Cox. Good ball rotation. Good look from the elbow. Ashley, no. Mary Cox with the rebound. Up and in. Good position. Good finish. Mary Cox has 6.
Great job of getting the extra couple possessions there out of that trip there. And Monrovia finally was able to knock it down. Another turnover for the Eels.
Anticipation by Allie Swafford led to that theft. Flower Bear gets shut off of the double team to Mary Cox. Now they'll redirect. Ashley Lewis for 3. No. Mary Cox there fights for the rebound again. Saucerman was the last one to touch it. It'll stay with Monrovia. And they lead it 15-14. Coach Scheib tracking down the loose ball on the stage as Harley Mobley returns, and Jocelyn Young's going to have a seat. Still got quick feet.
Okay, we're back.
That might be the only ball we brought. I'm glad you went and got it. Swafford, Mary Cox, Flower Bear. Harley Mobley open for 3. Scramble for the loose ball. Flower Bear takes it away, and he's going to be called for the travel because she rolled over the basketball.
Girls are hustling. Both ends of the floor. Girls are getting after it. It's not for lack of effort. So both coaches it's 15-14 here, but both coaches have to be pleased with the effort as Flower Vare does a tomahawk foul on the Eminence player, and she'll go to the line.
As they say, get your money's worth.
She got all of it. If you're going to get the foul, you might as well get all of it. And she came down and looking for the foul, or the ball's second foul on Flower Vare.
Now, Nick Hinojosa, the first-year coach of Monrovia, assured me that one of his assistants would be here at halftime to visit with you. Someone that you have a great deal in common with, even though you've never met, is Myers, a rare miss at the free throw line. And we'll leave it at that in case he doesn't show.
And if he does, we will look forward to talking with him.
He's got to be here.
Well, he'll definitely be here for the second game, so we'll see if we
we're not going to talk too much about it because we don't want to do that and then him not show up. I don't need help looking silly. Three-pointer.
Yep.
Ashley Lewis getting untracked offensively. 5 for her. Bumps the lead up for the Bulldogs. 18-14, their largest lead since they led 4-0 early.
15th turnover for the Eels.
Wow.
That's the one thing. If you're Kevin Casaro, you're happy with a lot of things. That's the one thing. Taking care of the ball has got to be priority to be addressed at halftime.
I really like the half of basketball Mary Cox has played for Monrovia.
Yeah, she's hustling.
Been a calming influence.
She's aggressive. I just like her presence in general. She's done a nice job.
I like the offense, too, the way they've attacked it. Flower Vare, no. Look who got the rebound. Mary Cox, and she'll go to the free throw line. She's done it all for them.
She has been fantastic. And you talked about the work ethic of what Mary Cox brings to the Bulldogs, and she just does a lot of things that may not be noticed in the scorebook. But boy, she's calm. She handles the ball well. She rebounds. She plays great defense. So a lot of great things are brought to this team by Mary Cox.
Miss of the free throw. Saucerman comes back, and Danica Myers has a seat. 8 points for Danica Myers. Mary. Shooter's roll, as they say. 7 points for her now in the half. Under a minute to play. Three-pointer, baseline, no good by Hubbard. Controlled by Saucerman. Dittamore can't get it to fall. Hubbard tracks it down, out of bounds to the Bulldogs. 37 seconds left. We'll see if Kevin Rounds chooses to play for one here with the lead at 5, the biggest lead of the ballgame.
Looks like he's telling the girls to be five out. Take their time here. Worst thing you want to do if you're Monrovia is you want to go into the half up 5 points.
Amen.
Anxious to see if Kevin Casaro is content playing this 2-3 defense or if he's going to come and get them.
Well, you could be more aggressive because you're way ahead foul-wise. If you don't want to give them a good look for the perimeter, you can tell your girls to be aggressive. Oh, Lewis should have gone up there. Kicks it out to Harley Mobley for 3, and she got it to fall. What do I know? 6 for Harley Mobley in the quarter. Couple of three-pointers, and the Bulldogs will go to the locker room with a nice run to close out the half, their largest lead of the ball game, 22-14. We'll head to halftime here at the Eel Tank on ISC Sports.
Irritated by your internet provider? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Of the literally thousands, check that, hundreds, check that. Okay, some sports card shows that are out there in the world. The Andy and Bruno show is the one you should watch, because we have Andy, who's been there and done that, everything in the hobby, and is now a mogul.
Mogul?
Yes.
And we have a guy, Bruno, he talks too much. I can't help it.
Watch the Andy and Bruno show and hear me talk too much.
Yes, and hear me smile.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
At Defining Looks on Sagamore Parkway North in Lafayette, talk to a specialist and discuss your specific needs for wigs or toppers. Defining Looks is committed to helping anyone experiencing hair loss to lead a normal lifestyle. Our wigs are of the highest quality, allowing us to customize to your personal style. Shop our large selection for your medical, cosmetic, or fashion needs. Confident, bold, and fashionable. Be your own kind of beautiful at Defining Looks. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
And we're back here at halftime at the Eel Tank. We are a great pleasure to have John Stanford, legendary player for Monrovia in both football and basketball. Legendary Purdue, one of the best receivers ever come through Purdue University. John, my first question for our audience and for myself is, you chose Purdue. Why?
Well, I thought it'd be the best opportunity to get to play right away, and obviously basketball on grass, and I was able to be successful, stay healthy, and play with some good quarterbacks.
Well, I tell you what, you did more than just stay healthy. You did a great job at Purdue, leaving as one of our all-time leaders in receptions and touchdowns in yards. When you talk about and think about back to Purdue, what are some of your fondest memories?
Well, I had a lot of those. We were fortunate to win a lot of games, but I can remember the game against Michigan State. I think it was 4th and 10 or 12 or whatever, and Kyle Orton comes off the bench. He was cold, and he checked audible and threw me a fade for a touchdown. We ended up winning that game and being eligible for a bowl game. So that kind of sticks out in my mind as a play that you won't forget.
One of the things that I really always admire from afar was just your ability to not only catch the football, but just your ability to run after the catch. You were just so explosive. What kind of things did you do in the off season to train to allow yourself to be able to be so successful?
Yeah, obviously I was just all about foot speed. Anytime I could be out there working my craft and getting better at not only running routes, but having speed after the catch and just working on explosiveness. That's what you have to have as a receiver.
Excited about this weekend's bucket game. Excited they announced it as another sellout. What is from a player's perspective, what was it like playing in those bucket games?
Oh man, you never wanted to lose that one. It was always a big game. Whenever you're playing a rivalry game, you never know what's going to happen. So any team can always win that game. But I can just remember the excitement not only from our team but the fans, and it's just good for the state of Indiana.
Excited about what's going on with Purdue. One thing I would love to ask you about also is playing in the Rose Bowl. It's a dream for every Big Ten team to go there. What was it like playing there?
Well, it was a dream come true, really. Coming out of Monrovia, small town kid, always dreamed of playing for a championship, Big Ten, Rose Bowl. That's always something from a Midwestern kid. And when you go out there, you just don't understand how big that game is until you step back, and then they haven't been back since. So just the stadium, the tradition, the history in that game, going in there as a true freshman and playing and having an impact in the game, it was just a memory you always we'll have.
John, you were a standout in football, but also in basketball. You did some great things and really had to make a decision, football or basketball in college, and I'm sure that was not easy to be able to do. But talk about your then post-Purdue experiences playing at the professional level.
Yeah, definitely was one of the hardest decisions I ever had to make, but I think it ended up working out, having success on the football field and transitioning into the NFL. That's always a kid's dream to go and play professionally, and I had to persevere and push through. It wasn't easy. I could have given up, but I just kept doing what I knew I could do, and that's work hard, outwork people, and show up and do what you're coached to do, and that's what I did. I was able to make a career out of it just because I was dependable. I could be counted on, and whenever they called my number, I'd be there to make a play.
Now, I know, John, you coached on the football staff. You're now back on the basketball staff here. Talk about what that's been like to come back to Monrovia as a basketball coach as well.
Yeah, it's exciting. I haven't been on that basketball court for a long time, and just to get back on it, especially at Monrovia, we're building back tradition in basketball, and I'm excited. Our kids are excited, and I'm looking forward to this game.
Well, John, I appreciate you spending time with us. Best of luck in our second game. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back here in just a little bit.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, John.
Hi, I'm Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And, of course, we do the incredibly creatively and appropriately named Query and Schultz program every Monday on ISC Sports Network. Derek, it airs at what time?
7:30.
Okay, every Monday at 7:30. We're now on season number 2, and if history tells us anything, catch us now because you never know when they pull the plug on it.
Why would you say that?
Because it's happened
That's not going to
before.
happen here. Comcast, Xfinity 81, ISCSportsNetwork.com, ISC Sports Network, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, so many places to watch Query and Schultz, 7:30 on Monday.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Brewer jams it home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half. Throw it up for Tillman.
Whoa. My goodness.
122.60 for Penn.
What a swim. Six of them.
How about that reunion of Boilermaker receivers, huh?
That was awful special. I've seen John play a bunch. I've watched him. I followed him and have been a huge fan. I was talking all off the air that he played with one of my favorite players of all time. I've coached in Craig Terrell, and so just to have a chance to talk to John was awful special. Thank you so much.
Well, he probably saw some black and whites when you played at Purdue.
I appreciate it. We did have face masks at that time, so I appreciate you going back to black and white.
Yeah, I've known that family for years. I coached his younger brothers, Joe and Jordan, and just their older brother Jason, and of course Jake played at Purdue as well, walked on there. And just that family has been such a big part of our community. And, well, what a thrill it must be for our kids to have the opportunity to learn in a couple of sports and just be in the weight room and stuff with a guy who's been in a Super Bowl, been in a Rose Bowl, been an All-Star, Indiana All-Star in basketball and football. How am I doing? He do okay there?
He's got a chance to be all right. And I think that the one thing that he does, when you come back, it shows the kids there in the school it's possible.
Yeah.
You can go as high as at the highest level, and that being the NFL, and even at a place like Monrovia, which, again, if you've got talent, they will find you.
So leading scores, Myers with 8, Hubbard with 4 for Eminence, Cox with 7, Ashley Lewis with 5, Harley Mobley with 6. A couple of other players have scored. It's 22-14. What did Kevin Casaro say in the locker room at halftime, you
I think Kevin's biggest concern has to be turnovers. 16 turnovers. If they take care of the basketball, they're probably not down 8, and so they've got to find a way to take care of the ball better.
I think one thing's for sure, I know Kevin Rounds pretty well, have lunch with him 5 days a week, in fact, and he would say that the last 3 minutes of that second quarter is without a doubt the best they've been offensively all year long.
And that's what you want, because you're starting to see some of that what's happening in practice transferring over to the game. And again, confidence is a huge deal right now. You start seeing the ball go in the basket and good things happening. All of a sudden, you start playing a little freer, and now good things really start to happen.
Strong move by Saucerman. Woo. She's able to get her first two. Caught that in rhythm and went straight up with it.
Just a freshman, 6-footer. She has got a bright future here for Kevin Casaro and the Eels.
Baseline shot put up by Emily Crouch. If they start hitting threes, that could be problematic for the Eminence Eels, because I don't know that Eminence has any perimeter shooting to counter that. 25-16.
They don't, and what you find a little bit if your Eminence is once you start seeing the ball go in the basket, everyone starts feeling like they can do the same thing.
Mary Cox, again, the clear quarterback of this basketball team. She'll shoot the three, and she'll get it to fall. They say it's 2. She had a foot on the line. 9 for Mary Cox.
If you're Kevin Casaro, you've got to make sure this game doesn't get away from you. And now you're down 11. You've got to find a way to knock down again in a good rhythm here offensively to get things going.
27-16, the Bulldogs lead. Three-pointer off the glass and in for Natalie Hubbard, who heated up in the second part of that second quarter and now has 7 points. Cuts the lead to 27-19.
Big bucket by the sophomore, like the skip pass. Now, Natalie was ready for it. Great job. I'm not sure they should call glass, but it counts.
So Kevin Rounds is going to force Eminence to come out and defend them a bit, and there's no reason to do anything else, quite frankly.
Well, you've got the lead. Just make sure you stay in rhythm offensively.
Great job of Allie Swafford drawing the defense to her and then kicking it out to Crouch, who couldn't finish. In transition, Danica Myers, and she'll go to the line for 2 free throws after she was mugged by Harley Mobley.
Harley Mobley, again, if you're going to get it, go big. And that was something that she made sure the shot could not go up. And great job of taking it to the rim by Myers. And then Mobley's able to make sure she had to earn it from the line.
Rare miss again for Danica Myers. Me and her dad, many moons ago, played on perhaps the worst slow-pitch softball team in the history of Morgan County at the Center Bowl. Oh, we had fun there. We were bad.
Love the idea of playing with family and friends and events. Myers now has 9. She now is 5 of 6 from the line.
Allie Swafford to Mary Cox away from the basketball. And it looks like a moving screen is going to be, no, I guess it's going to stay on Eminence.
Thought it might have been on Dedamore. And it looked like she lowered her shoulder a little bit with what the official said. Again, be aggressive. Good things happen.
Swafford from 15, too strong. Goes out of bounds, weak side.
Good shot again in rhythm. You've got to, if you don't take the shot when you're open, then you're playing 4-on-5. And so you've got to be able to do that and have confidence with it. And right now, both teams have come out playing a little more relaxed.
Run ball, attacked that baseline, but put a foot on it and turned it over to Monrovia.
Good job, Monrovia. Again, that's the 17th turnover by the Eels, something that they've got to do a much better job.
The lead is 7. That's a good entry pass, but Lewis just couldn't handle it. Dedamore in transition for the Eels. Under 5 to play in the quarter.
Good movement by the Eels. Get the Monrovia defense to shift. Got a better shot of knocking something down.
Hubbard with the long rebound. Nice little left-hander. 9 points for Natalie Hubbard. Ties Danica Meyer for team high now, and the lead has been cut to 5. You mentioned when it was at 11, not letting it get away. And on cue, Carsaro and company have cut it down to 5.
They've done a great job, and they've caused a turnover here for the Bulldogs, and they're right back in this thing here, down 5 with the ball.
Watch this.
Nice left.
Boy, I'll tell you.
That's not easy.
No. Well done, for sure.
Yeah, Hubbard has really done a nice job and just a sophomore. So you got both your lead scorers are both sophomores, so Kevin Casaro has to be happy.
Flower Bear is back. Jocelyn Young is back. Jocelyn Young with a strong move to the bucket. Can't get it to fall, and a foul the other way. They're going to put that one on Flower Bear, I believe.
And that's her third, I believe. For that, another great shot location for Jocelyn Young and the Bulldogs, just not knocking it down. If you're Kevin Rounds, I know you're beating your head against the wall here because you're getting good shots.
Ball partially blocked. Myers is able to track it down. Ball goes off of the foot of Jocelyn Young, and it'll stay with Eminence.
Good job of trapping that time by the Bulldogs. Kind of catching Eminence a little bit off guard. Good out-of-bounds play. A little strong.
Natalie Hubbard threw it up from 17 feet on the baseline. Ashley Lewis in transition. Might have drugged the pivot foot. Goes to Harley Mobley. Didn't quite get her feet set. Scramble for the ball. Out of bounds. Things got a little testy between Natalie Hubbard and Jocelyn Young, and it'll stay with Eminence.
Good hustle, great determination, nice grit by the ladies.
Monrovia basketball, we should say. Mary Young. Unforced errors bitten the Bulldogs over the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, they've turned the ball over 4 times. Monrovia has, and Eminence twice here in the third quarter.
Lead was at 11 at one point in this quarter. It is now down to 5, which is where we've been stuck for a while. Out of bounds, last touch by Harley Mobley.
Nice job of recovering that time by the Bulldogs. Eminence had themselves a nice look, was not able to knock it down. Good turnover by the Bulldogs.
Lewis with a steal. Mary Cox in transition to Flower Bear. They'll swing it around to Mobley. Mobley looks inside to Lewis. Lewis shut off on the baseline by the double team. Again, nothing wrong with the ball rotation. They swing it over to Flower Bear from 15, no. Ashley Lewis tries to save it in bounds, but can't track it down before it gets to the sideline. So we're stuck on 27-22.
Both teams are getting good looks. Here comes that 1-3-1 zone that gave Eminence all kind of trouble in the first half.
Rumbaugh for 3.
Nice.
Chris Rumbaugh, the 5'5 junior, with her first points of the contest to cut the lead to 2 at 27-25.
Great answer there by Eminence. Nice job of getting the ball into the corner. Chris was ready to knock it down, and nice answer by the Eels.
Ashley Lewis short. Her and Myers fight for it. It's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Monrovia.
Kevin Casaro has to be thrilled the way the girls have battled back. I like, again, Chris is in the corner there. Run ball and knocks it down.
This time Mary Cox finds her. She's trapped, gets rid of the basketball. Saucerman throws it up, can't get it to fall. Weak side rebound and 1. How about Natalie Hubbard in the game she's putting together? 11 points for Hubbard.
Great job by Natalie Hubbard of understanding where the ball was going to be rebounded to or come off the rim. Able to get the ball, knock it down, create the third foul on Ashley Lewis, and gives the Eels a chance to go up 1.
And they do. They have come all the way back from 11 points down. And that young lady is one of the reasons why. 8 points in the quarter for Natalie Hubbard.
She has been really, really on fire. Nice job of letting the game come to her. And the Eels really have done it because they've created turnovers with the Bulldogs here to start the third quarter.
Mary Cox throws it up short. Tied up, out of bounds to Eminence. One of the things that they've done with their zone, which makes it a little tougher for the Bulldogs offensively, is they brought it out about a half a step, and they're not getting clean looks around the perimeter in terms of reversing the basketball like they were earlier.
And they've done a nice job, Eminence has, of collapsing inside of the paint, so they're making everything for Monrovia play outside in, and when you're not knocking down shots, it's pretty good for Eminence.
Unforced error again. Mary Cox under 2 minutes to go. In transition, Flower Bear almost walked. Mary Cox looking in the paint, skips it over to Flower Bear. Shot from the wing, no good. Rebound shot put up by Avery Newland was no good. Out of bounds, last touch by Eminence. For over 70 years, Endeavor Communications has connected Indiana businesses and organizations with innovative services in our communities. Beyond offering the fastest fiber optic delivered gigabyte speed internet, they take pride in building relationships through outstanding technical support from their expert technicians and friendly customer care team representatives. So active in the community, Endeavor Communications. We benefit in many ways at Monrovia High School from all that they do.
Well, the neat thing about tonight's game is you're able to see it at home,
right?
As well as being here. And I think that's just great for families and the two communities in general. And we just are very thankful for Endeavor.
Under a minute and a half, 28-27. Eminence down 11 at one point. Jocelyn Young, again, a good look and just can't get it to fall. Battle for the loose ball, weak side, last touched by Eminence.
At point-blank range, you cannot ask for better shots than what Monrovia is getting here. They just aren't knocking them down right now.
Mary Cox gets it right back. Thought about loading up the three. Flower Bear. 15-footer, no good by Avery Newland. And a foul on the rebound, charge to Monrovia.
That's on Flower Bear, her fourth.
A brief break for Ashley Lewis as she returns, and Flower Bear will have a seat.
Back that 1-3-1 zone. If you're Eminence, look diagonal. Nice job.
Well, you get trapped on that baseline. You just add a defender. Ashley Lewis almost stolen away. Mary Cox almost with a theft. Rumball with a shot. No good. Gets her own rebound. Jocelyn Young fights for the loose ball. Meyer pulls up from 16. Throws up an air ball. Out of bounds to Monrovia. 29 seconds remaining.
What that 1-3-1 zone has done and what the Monrovia defense, they picked up the tempo of Eminence, and they're making almost play not out of control, but you've got to play more under control and just relax, and the ball has to keep moving, and they're getting Eminence a little bit out of their comfort zone.
Young. Lewis and Cox on the wing. Ashley Lewis for three. Badly needed by the Bulldogs. Gives her 8 points in the ball game and gives the Bulldogs a 2-point lead. 6 seconds, down to 5. Shot from in between the rings. Comes out long, out of bounds, and the Bulldogs, after leading by 11, lose that lead, then come back with a big three and lead 38-28 as we head to the fourth quarter here on the ISC Sports Network.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Well, happy Thanksgiving from all of us to all of you, and what a better way to kick off the holiday weekend. You guys planned for Friday and Saturday? Going to be busy at all?
We're going to have
Want to hang around for a little bit, you and I?
Favorite weekend of the year. We're going to be downtown Lucas Oil, calling the state finals boys games. Got the 3A game on Friday and the 6A game on Saturday with my dear friend Mark James, and we are looking forward to it.
Well, it's one of my favorite times of the year, obviously, but more than football, I get Mom Shibe's turtles, her famous holiday turtles. Big old bag of those make their way to the press box. And that's really the only reason I agree to work with you every year. I hope you know that.
Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. And she understands that. She understands my shortcomings. So, no, it's a fun weekend, and we're looking forward to it.
Remind me again how many she makes?
They're roughly about 1,500.
Oh, my goodness.
They start early on Friday, and we end up we're able to come bring them on Saturday, and looking forward to it.
Okay, well, now we'll focus on the task at hand. A foul committed as the Bulldogs have the ball to start fourth quarter action with a 2-point lead at 30-28. Emily Crouch thought about loading up the three. Bulldogs could afford to be patient with the lead here, I think, even though it is just a 2-point lead. Young with a nice move, pulls up from 6. There you go.
It was a confident move. First points of the game for Young.
4-point lead for the Bulldogs, 32-28. Young with a steal. Looks to the wing. Decides to draw the defense. Throw it up in traffic. 4 straight for her.
It's a big deal. Confidence is a huge, huge deal here for these for both sides. And they've done a great job of playing with that confidence.
Pretty close to it over and back, and a timeout going to be taken by the Eminence Eels. A little 4-0 run to start the quarter, courtesy of Jocelyn Young. And we kind of saw that building in the first half with her. I mean, she got some point-blank looks around the bucket, and boy, those last couple of shots, just a ton of confidence for her.
She is athletic. She gets places and can travel a lot of way to the basket. But what I like, both times down the court, no hesitation. That's the best thing. In rhythm right here. Here she comes. Pulls up. Great move. No hesitation. And again, comes back with a steal and does it again, which is huge for Kevin Rounds and the Bulldogs.
I did the PA for a couple of track meets last year, and you should see that kid run the hurdles. I mean, not to take anything away from Mark Cassida, who's our track coach, has been for a number of years and does a phenomenal job. But, boy, I'll tell you what, that's one that you just need a little bit of fine-tuning, because every now and then somebody comes along and there's no rhyme or reason for it. I think you and I can agree that Monrovia is not known as a cradle of hurdlers. You know, I mean, we haven't produced a ton of those over the years at Monrovia, but, boy, that young lady, she just she is a natural at it for sure, and still very, very young.
Well, just a sophomore, 5'10", and when she's, again, the weight room and the weight program and those type of things, and being a multi-sport athlete certainly are going to help Jocelyn moving forward.
Now, if you're Eminence, Danica Myers get the ball back in her hands and maybe look for Hubbard, but they turn it over right away. Allie Swafford tracks it down. Mary Cox goes to Swafford. They swing it to Lewis, around to Emily Crouch, back to Jocelyn Young, throws it up in traffic, and she'll go to the free throw line. Good ball reversal, good entry pass to the block.
And what did Jocelyn do when she got it? Did not hesitate, went straight up and caused the foul. That is because of her last 2 shots selection. She's playing with confidence. That's a big deal early in this season. You're still trying to figure out who you are. And if you're the Bulldogs, you like what you have in Jocelyn Young.
Rolls around it in.
Five points all in the fourth quarter for Jocelyn Young.
Yeah. She has all of her ball club's points in this quarter. And as we mentioned, Emery Newland and Grace Vaughn not available. And if, boy, she can add even more depth to them. As she misses. And Emily Crouch makes the steal, goes right back to Young. She doesn't hesitate from 12, can't get it to fall. Bulldogs in position. That's Allie Swafford. Goes to Crouch. She forces it up, gets it back, forces it up under the bucket, and finally Eminence is able to clear it away. And they turn it over.
Looked like Eisenhower threw the ball and hit the out-of-bounds line, which gave the ball right back to Monrovia.
Harley Mobley returns. Emily Crouch going to have a seat.
Big key for Monrovia again is that was a 23rd turnover, and look at the confidence at Young. Fine, but she takes the shot in rhythm. I like it.
Allie Swafford making it hard for Eminence to find any rhythm offensively, getting the ball up the floor. Again, get the ball back in the hands of Danica Myers, who's been held in check this second half. Only has 2 points after going to the intermission with 8. And another unforced error. Mary Cox to Allie Swafford at the 6-minute mark. Kevin Rounds over there telling him to slow it down just a little bit. Skipping the corner to Young. She'll drive. Kick it off to Mobley. Harley lost the handle. Battle for the loose ball. Tied up. And we'll bring it back this way.
If you're Kevin Rounds, you don't have to be in a hurry. I think you need to take good shots. You try to protect the ball and keep turning Eminence over. If you're Eminence, keep attacking the rim. Don't settle
Meyer
for the outside shot.
for 3. Missed right of the rim. Swafford pushes it ahead in transition. Rumball shuts her off. Mary Cox around to Ashley Lewis from 16. No. All white shirts underneath and a foul going the other way.
That was a great rebound by Hubbard. She went in left-handed, grabbed that thing with authority. Like how the sophomore plays. I like Natalie. She's got a huge, bright future here for the Eels.
A lot of things to like about this basketball team,
Yeah,
for sure.
It really is.
I mean, they've not taken very good care of the basketball here in the fourth quarter of late. But, I mean, you look at Saucerman, what she's able to do as a freshman. She's only going to get better. Rumball's gaining confidence minute by minute. 35-28 Bulldogs. 5-minute mark. Kevin Rounds looking for his first win of the season. As Mary Cox is fouled as she drives to the bucket. Fouls not nearly an issue as they were in the first half for the Bulldogs, although the lingering effects of that means that there are some players that are in foul trouble, and you got to credit them. I mean, Coach Rounds with his rotations done a pretty good job of protecting those kids that have been in foul trouble.
Yeah, that first half, he wanted the girls to play a little more aggressive. They did, but they committed fouls. I think that's the one thing. Again, play aggressive, move your feet, and good things happen.
Jocelyn Young with the turnaround from 5. Steal by Ashley Lewis, and got it to roll around and in. Ashley Lewis in double figures with 10.
26 turnover of the game by Eminence, and that's what's really killed them. 27 now.
Meyer tries to force it, splits the defense, and throws it out of bounds. And the wheels are coming off for Kevin Casaro's Eminence Eels.
They've done so many great things.
Right.
Again, they've got great youth. They played a little more consistent on both ends. They just have got one of his big keys was limiting turnovers. That has not happened tonight.
Bulldogs made a run at the end of the second quarter to get the lead before intermission. Jumped out to an 11-point lead, eventually lost that lead, and then had a flurry of a finish to finish the third quarter. And then Jocelyn Young scored 5 straight to start this quarter, and that's kind of been the story of the ball game. Meyer with a good look to Rumball. She throws it up too hard. Battle for the loose ball, out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Eminence Eels at the 4:16 mark.
Good things happen when you hustle. Both programs and both coaches have to be happy because both teams are playing hard. You just have to do a better job of taking care of the ball, especially if you're Eminence.
Bella Dittamore fired it for the baseline. Couldn't get it to fall. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Jalen Eisenhower. And I would think that with each and every trip down the floor and the lead where it is, you would think that Kevin Rounds would like to see a bit more patience offensively.
Well, run a little clock, run your offense, and again, look for good shots. Look for high percentage shots. Look for shots that allow you to increase your lead with offensive rebounds like that.
The missed shot by Avery Newland and the rebound by Emily Crouch gives her 7 points and makes it a 39-28 affair. And with 3:49 to go, it's back up to an 11-point lead for the Bulldogs.
Great job. How's that happen? They've turned over Eminence. They've done a great job of getting second chance opportunities, and they've also knocked down free throws.
Endeavor Communications is proud to support our local community with the fastest internet around for homes, businesses, and education. Find out more at weendeavor.com. That's weendeavor.com. Some of the other games of note you might be interested in, folks, around Central Indiana. We mentioned Cardinal Ritter, the Bulldogs opponent Tuesday at the Brass McCracken Gym. They'll be at Indianapolis Roncalli tonight. Chittard hosting Cathedral. North Putnam at Southmont. Of course, Kevin Casaro coached there for 1 year. Triton Central at Morristown. And Whiteland at Decatur Central at a pretty busy girls schedule. I really like the defense, how Monrovia has pressured the basketball and cut off passing lanes over the last minute or two of this ballgame.
Well, the length has caused Eminence some trouble with the point. You've seen both Jocelyn there, and now you've got Lewis, and both have caused issues for Eminence.
Rumbaugh throws up the air ball, and the rebound's controlled by the Bulldogs. They run it ahead to Allie Swafford. Swafford sees the lane open up. She throws it up, can't get it to fall, but she'll go to the free throw line.
Great job by Lewis of understanding what was happening with Swafford in front of her. Great job by Swafford of realizing that Eminence had kind of lost her and lost where the ball was, and was able to pick up the foul on Eisenhower.
Allie's Uncle Kyle, longtime girls and boys basketball coach at Monrovia, now at Southridge as the head coach, as she gets on the board. And Kyle Swafford, 2 girls basketball sectional titles at Monrovia and a boys sectional title. And anytime you could do that in boys and girls basketball, you got a pretty good grasp of the X's and O's, I think.
He can certainly coach. Was great for Monrovia. Wish him only the best.
Long rebound controlled by Lewis, and she gets the putback. Ashley Lewis heated up this second half with 7 points, 12 overall, and it's all Bulldogs, 42-28. Good, strong move by Dittamore, and she threw it up just a bit too strong. The 3-minute mark, Kevin Brown says, Mary, put the brakes on.
Yeah, come out a little bit, force Eminence to play man-to-man. And really, if you're Monrovia, I would not settle for anything but layups. Run your offense, run that motion, and then there we go, layups.
Emily Crouch gets the easy 2. 9 points for Emily Crouch, and it's turned into a balanced scoring attack for the Bulldogs. Rumbaugh passes baseline to Saucerman, and she's there for the easy deuce. I do like her. I mean, I just think that as time goes by, she's going to gain in strength. She's going to gain in confidence. And I know that if I'm, Eminence opponents moving forward, I'm not looking forward to dealing with that the next 3 years.
They don't have a senior on the floor all game.
Yeah.
And they've only got one on the roster in Molly Moxley. And so that is the future is bright here for the Eels. They've competed. They just have turned the ball over way too many times to really give themselves a fair shot to win this game.
The largest the lead has been 11 points. And it is now 14. I look across the way, and who do I see but the newest assistant commissioner of the Indiana High School Athletic Association, our good friend Brian Lewis. He'll be joining us at halftime of the boys' game. Coach Lewis recently left his alma mater, Jasper High School, after a couple of years as the AD. Prior to that was the AD at Monrovia High School that helped transform the athletic facilities there. Was able to give me the opportunity to head back to Monrovia after 5 or 6 good years at Beech Grove.
It's always a huge accomplishment, and Brian certainly was worthy of this to be able to become an assistant commissioner of the IHSAA, but he's happy to have him in the house and with us tonight. Just a second turnover.
Yeah, just a second?
This half.
That will make Kevin Rounds very happy. And I can tell you, I know him well. It takes a lot to make Kevin Rounds happy.
No, he's.
We tell some good stories about our boy Matt English. As I mentioned, he worked with Matt. Of course, Matt was lost a few years ago, tragically, to brain cancer. Athletic director and basketball coach at Beech Grove, and he spent a year with Matt. And I spent several years with him. We tell some stories. He's missed every day for sure. He'd be proud of Mike Renfro, the job he's doing at Beech Grove. That's the guy he wanted to have the job, and Mike has done well for sure. 2 minutes remaining. Travel. We brought up turnovers, so what's going to happen the next 3 or 4 trips down the floor? It's the jinx. It's like free throw shooting.
That is the only way that Eminence gets back in this game. And you're right. We talked about how well that Monrovia will take care of the ball because they have done. That's the 29th turnover they've caused, which is probably 15 to 18 too many for Kevin Casaro's liking.
Flower Bear. That might have gotten partially blocked. It looked like the rotation changed a bit. And a foul back the other way on Jocelyn Young. 44-30. Don't forget the big one to come in terms of longevity. Been doing it, I think, late 60s, early 70s, I think. It used to be a home and home every year. The last few years, it's only been a single game as Young continues to put together a solid second half. 7 points for her, the first 5 of this quarter, in fact. 16 the lead. Three-pointer, rebound tapped away. You see the length that Ashley Lewis possesses there that helped her on that rebound. I mean, she's able to keep that ball alive and not be called for the foul.
At 5'9", just a junior, she's got a lot of good basketball in front of her. I like just how she plays, how she handles herself. Great shot. And again, if you're going to foul there, Harley, go ahead and get all of it, and she did.
Good entry pass to Danica Meyer will send her back to the free throw line.
Danica really has done a nice job, has a chance to get into double figures for the game.
Eight points for her in the first half. They've held her in check this second half, no doubt. Missed both. I think fatigue a bit of an issue. Because as we mentioned, they don't go nearly as deep into the bench as the Bulldogs do, and the Bulldogs were without 2 players that they normally would play a lot of minutes. So Kevin Round's working hard to develop depth, but Meyer's going to play to the whistle, no surprise. She goes coast to coast after the steal, gets in double figures with 11, and another timeout on the floor.
Up 14. If you're Kevin Rounds, you want to make sure you play for the layups. Great job by Danica Myers. She's really played well. Been held in check in that second half, just 4 points or 3 points, but really has a great deal of basketball in front of her, and really, as all these Eels do, as no seniors are on the floor.
Ask Kevin Casaro about how this past summer was different for him as opposed to summers, last year because of COVID. And he said, it still gets a little tough when you're coaching in a small community like this because we mentioned Danica Myers and, what she does on the softball field and others who might play volleyball. And this is largely a rural agricultural community, and they may have some responsibilities at home from time to time. So they try to get kids out, get them involved as much in the summer as they can. But he says, at least I know where they are.
Well, he's got great girls. He talked about them in general, just about how happy he was and how much of a pleasure they are to be around. And I'm telling you what, they're good basketball players. They're just young. When they take care of the ball better, they'll give themselves a much better shot at winning games.
Bella Dittamore called for the hand check with 49 seconds left in the ball game. One of the officials tonight, Greg Johnson. Greg's been around a long time. Ran a youth league softball program at Mooresville for many, many years. Know Greg well. He's a guy that's always done it for the right reasons, for sure. 40 seconds. Bulldog turnover. Lewis, Mary Cox holds it out high. Really not much of a reason for the Bulldogs to do anything but play keep away at this point.
I'm doing a little 3-man weave, and I'm making sure that the only shot I take is from the free throw line.
Clock down to 15 seconds. Allie Swafford. Danica Myers playing defense to the whistle. Ties up the loose ball out of bounds to Monrovia with 11 seconds left. Both teams got the bonus this half, but free throw shooting was never really a factor. Even with as much trouble as the Bulldogs were in the first half with fouls.
Done a good job, really, of turning over Eminence. Defensively is the biggest reason why they're up 14 and will win this game.
Well, the Bulldogs are going to keep that traveling trophy, and they are going to get their first win of the season. And it's always a little sweeter when it comes versus your arch rival, the Eminence Eels, 46-32, leading scorers in the ball game. Natalie Hubbard led the way for Eminence with 12. Danica Myers had 11. Sophia Saucerman with 4. Chris Rumbaugh with a lone 3, and Bella Dittamore with 2. For the Bulldogs, a very balanced attack. Ashley Lewis had 12, 9 points from Emily Crouch and Mary Cox. Harley Mobley had 6. Jocelyn Young had 7. Allie Swafford chipped in a point. A couple of players that I think were big for Monrovia tonight, Coach. Mary Cox, because of her calming influence, running the point for the Bulldogs. And how about the second half that Jocelyn Young gave Kevin Rounds?
Just saw her just having more and more confidence that athleticism was on display. And as good things happen to the girls on the team, it spreads, and all of a sudden the team starts playing with a little more confidence, and good things are going to happen.
So with Endeavor's ridiculously fast internet speeds, it's now easier for you to watch, work, study, and play all at the same time. Sign up today at join.weendeavor.com. Join us in just a few minutes. The Eminence Eels and Monrovia Bulldogs boys basketball teams, the season opener for both. It's the battle for the powder keg here at the Eel Tank. For Lance Scheib, this is Mark James.
Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
High school football fans, welcome back to Friday nights, to pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back!
This is Friday night. This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA.